Hello everyone. I want to apologise that I haven't made a video for quite a while. The lockdown caused me to kind of go in a negative spiral with my mental health, so I had to remove myself from my environment for a while. I had to go and stay somewhere else for 2 or 3 weeks to remove myself from that negative thought spiral that I was in. And being very sensitive, seeing something like the lockdown happens quite hard, especially when you live alone. So I'm still on a little break at the moment, but I do intend to make some new videos soon, and I want to talk about where I want to push this channel. Because what I want to do with this channel is I want to take spiritual education to the next level. I've had a lot of time to reflect on the channel and my specific style of teaching, because previous videos I've been trying a little bit too hard, I think, to get everything perfect. Where there's been a perfectionist and a natural introvert, at the same time it's very hard for me to make these videos. It's very hard for me to talk to the camera, because where there's been an introvert, I never know what to say because it's all in here. It's very hard for me to get what's in here to come out of here. But what I intend to do is I'm just going to be straight with you guys and teach levels of awareness that have never been taught before, and I plan on taking this to the next level. So there's a lot of spiritual teachers out there at the moment who are getting pretty clever. They're getting to know reality better than it's ever been known before. There's an amazing amount of quite complex esoteric teachings, but there's also a lot of very general spiritual teachings as well, which is fine because we've got lots of different types of spiritual evolution, and many different types of viewers for this content. But the way I want to go with this channel is the next level, so it's ready for the future of spiritual education, as in controlling this matrix with our mind and teaching the abilities that we have but we haven't yet realized yet or actualized yet in our minds, in how to control this matrix just with pure thought, intention and knowledge. So I don't know if you remember, a while back I made a video about how the universe speaks to you and signs that the universe gives to you in your day-to-day activities. And in that video I went into how every time I hear a siren, it's a message for me to tell me that I'm on the right track with what I'm thinking at that specific time in time-space reality. And in that video I said that this isn't necessarily just for me, it's also for everybody else in the proximity of that alarm or siren. But upon reflecting on this, I don't think this might not be the case, okay? Because the reason I think that is because I actually actualized that by having that initial thought. So because I had the initial thought that what if that siren is for me, then it made the siren for me. And ever since, when I've heard a siren or an alarm or a very loud noise, very fast, in my proximity, I've been conscious of what I've been thinking of, and I've actually put this to the test, and it's becoming more and more evident that the universe is telling us that I'm on the right track with something. But it's not necessarily for everyone, you see, because everybody else in that proximity might not have actualized it. And because they haven't actualized it, that alarm or that siren will mean nothing to them, you see. But this is where it gets complex, because the universe is so clever that it's combining all different levels of spiritual evolution in one specific point. So even though the siren means something to me, it doesn't mean something to other people, but something else in that environment will mean something to them. So I'm realizing that the whole universe is connected, and wherever we are at any point is all connected, and it's all happening for a specific reason. Now this is where it gets very complex, because the universe is very clever, And this is the level of teaching that I want to teach, because at the moment there's not enough spiritual channels or spiritual teachers teaching how to control reality with your own mind and your imagination, and how to actualize things to control your external environment. And I think this is the way I want to push this channel. And even if it doesn't have a big audience for this type of teaching, I think in the future it will, when humanity is at a stage where it's ready to have this knowledge, and when we realize that our thoughts really do create reality. So that's where I want to push this channel, guys, and I want you to stay tuned, because I'm still having a little break at the moment, trying to get my own mind sorted, because mental health's a big thing, and there's a borderline between being crazy and being a genius. So sometimes on a night I was getting so many visions coming in that are extremely complex, showing us how the universe is working, and it's very hard to put those in the normal brain and to kind of contextualize them into speech, especially being a natural introvert. Some of the things the universe was showing us was way too complex, and my negative thought spiral was starting to take a turn for the worse, so I had to remove myself from the environment. And if anybody's suffering with negative thought spirals, sometimes you can't get yourself out of it, because the matrix around you and everything you see is part of that negative thought process, you see. So the only way to get out of it sometimes is remove yourself from the environment. Like literally remove yourself to, even if you have to go and stay in a hotel for a few days, or even if you have to go and stay with a friend for a couple of weeks, do it, because you'll not get out that negative spiral, because every time you try and get out of something, there's a paradox here where it keeps you in it as well. And this is another thing I'm realizing about the universe. Everything is a paradox. And I'm going to teach more complex lessons about non-duality, because non-duality is a paradox as well, because whatever's black is also white, and there has to be nothing to have something. So everything is a paradox. Every thought, everything that happens in your life is a paradox as well, which is another teaching I'm going to go into. So we have to learn to accept these paradoxes and kind of merge them and polarize them. And this is a knowledge that's not taught very often by a lot of spiritual teachers, and it is for a select audience. But as long as I'm putting this stuff out there, as long as I'm teaching it and putting it out there for people to find when they're ready for it, that's what I want to do. I don't care about views. I don't care about money anymore. I don't care where this knowledge goes, as long as it gets to the right people. And another clever thing about this universe is it will find those people who need to hear it, because everything in the universe is connected, and it'll always get to those who need to hear it. So stay tuned for that, guys. But yeah, it was just an update on that, and just to say that I'm going to push this channel to a new level of spiritual education, and I want to work with you guys to test these theories, because I'm a bit of a theoreticist, is that the word? I don't know. I'm not from a scientific background, but basically I want to test these theories with you guys. I want to tell you what I'm seeing, what the universe shows me, so you can go and test them yourself as well, so we can all work together to find out what's real and what's not, what can be controlled in this reality and what can't be controlled. Because over the last few months I'm realizing that our thoughts do create our reality. Like literally, they do create our reality. And this is new knowledge, and eventually we can get to the stage where we can use this knowledge to help humanity, with love, not so much with manipulation or fear, because that doesn't work. Another thing I've realized is that if you do anything out of manipulation or for selfish reasons or out of fear, it doesn't work, because the universe doesn't support that in the same way as it supports love. And when you think about that, this makes sense, because if love didn't have the upper hand over fear, we possibly wouldn't be here today, okay? We would have possibly killed ourselves long ago. So love always has that upper hand. Love is the most powerful force in the universe, but it is also, everything is also a paradox, and this is where it gets very tricky. So I'm going through things in my mind. I'm trying to actualize things, trying to test things every day, and every time I come up with a new realization, I'm going to come on, make a video and tell you guys as well, so you guys can go out and test it as well, and work together to try and create a better reality for all of us, and that's where I want to push this channel. So that's it for this video, guys. I'm sorry for the delay in making a video, but I will be coming back soon with a lot of videos about non-duality and how the universe is working. I've decided just to make videos off the cuff wherever I am. If I get a realization, I'm just going to teach it there and then. I'm not going to try too hard. I'm just going to just do what the universe tells us to do, and I'm going to teach you what the universe tells me. So stay tuned, guys, and thanks for listening to me today. Hope you all got through the lockdown okay, and hope everything's okay in your lives. And I'll be back soon with another video. So thanks for listening to me today. See you guys next time.